Good day, class. Our lesson for this week is about normal distribution and probability. So this is in line with our previous topic about uh, measures of uh, measures of dispersion and relative position. So ito ay under statistics pa din. Let's see the next slide. For the introduction, this lesson contains the discussion of the properties and application of the normal distribution. So, for the learning outcome, uh, at the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to discuss the different properties of normal distribution, how to compute the area for the probability under standard normal curve and apply it to it in real life situation. So we have three goals for this lesson. Okay, next. For the short history of this normal probability, we have three mathematicians here, as you can see in the right side. So the discovery of the equation for the normal distribution can be traced with these three mathematicians. The first one is Abraham de Moivre, who derived an equation for a normal distribution based on random variation. So, siya yung gumawa ng equation about random variation. Of the number heads appearing with a large number of coins were tossed. Then, not realizing any connection with the natural occurring variable, he showed this formula to only few friends. Okay? So, hindi niya na-develop. About 100 years later, two mathematicians, Pierre Laplace and Carl Gauss in Germany, Laplace is from France, derived the equation of the normal curve independently and without any knowledge of de Moivre's work. In 1924, Carl Pearson found that de Moivre had discovered the formula before Laplace and Gauss. Okay, so this is how it looks like, the normal distribution. So as you can see, it's a curve shape with different symbols and percentage numbers in each area. So later on, we will discuss these parts. But what is normal distribution? A normal distribution is a continuous or continuous, meaning to say that the curve does not end. It is symmetric. When it says symmetric, the left side of the curve is congruent or equal to the other side. And bell-shaped distribution of a random variable. So the normal distribution can be used to describe at least approximately, not exactly, but approximately any variable that tends to cluster around the mean. So these are the properties of a normal distribution. The normal distribution is bell-shaped, as you can see in this uh, picture on the right side. So the mean, median, mode are equal and are located at the center of the distribution. So this is the most of the time it's the population mean that is presented at the center of the distribution. The normal distribution is unimodal and it is also symmetric about the mean. So if this is the mean, itong pinaka broken line natin, meaning to say both sides of the curve are the same. So yung left side and yung right side. So the normal distribution is continuous, meaning to say this is what do you think? how can you say this? Continuous, meaning to say, hindi siya natatapos. It's not touching the line. Although, in this picture, pero para siyang nakatouch. Pero, somewhat like this yan. If this is the line, parang pag ganyan siya. Padikit, pero hindi siya magta-touch. Something like that. Okay? Ayun nga, asymptotic. It never touches the x-axis. That's what I said earlier. And the total area under the part of a normal distribution curve is 1.0. So the whole curve or the whole shape is about 100%, or sometimes this is presented as 1. Lastly, number 8, the area under the part of normal curve that lies within 1 standard deviation of the mean is 68%. So, parang nandito yan. So, itong part na to, is about 68%. The second standard deviation, somewhat here, itong space na to, is about 95%. And the last part, or the third standard deviation, is about 99.7%. Pero, approximately lang yun. Okay? So, this is, ito yung sinasabi ko. Okay, let's proceed. So, the standard normal distribution, or sometimes we call it a standard normal curve. So, sabi kanina, the mean, with a mean of 0, so, most probably, this is equal to 0 for standard, and the standard deviation is 1. So, the total area, so itong whole part na to, kaya yung 99.7 lang kasi meron pa dyan natitira. Okay? So, asymptotic kasi siya. So, this is how the standard normal curve looks like. How to get the areas under the standard normal curve? We just have 2 steps. First one is you need to sketch the normal distribution curve and shade the area being asked. Next, you need to find the appropriate figure or area in the procedure table and follow the directions given. So this procedure table. I will attach it to your Google Classroom, the Z table, or the standard distribution table. It is downloaded in Google, but I will upload the common file natin. Okay? So there are 3 basic types of problems about finding the areas of the standard normal curve, and it will summarize on the next slide. Note that the table presented is only an aid to understand. Hindi siya sagot. Okay? This is just basic concepts on how you will shade, on what part you will shade, what part of the curve you will shade based on the given. Okay? And how we will visualize those problems about areas under the standard normal curve. So here is the procedure table. Okay. So we have the first problem when we says to the left of any z-score. So parang ganito siya. Meaning to say left, nasa kaliwa. Usually, ang shade ay nasa kaliwa. Okay? So for example, z, what do you call this? Less than z, diba? Napansin nyo? Nasa left side siya. Pwedeng masakop niya yung right side, pero depende pa rin sa problem. Okay, this is what looks like. Later on, I will give example to this 3 problems. Next one is to the right of the any z-score. So, ibig sabihin sa right, nasa kanan naman ang shaded part. Okay? Kung ito yung z-score, tapos sabing sa right, so nasa right ang kanyang ano. Sometimes, pagka left, you will just find the area based doon sa table. Okay? Hahanapin mo lang siya sa table, yun na yung sagot. Pero pag to the right, you need to subtract the area from 1. Okay? Tandaan, pag right side of any z-score ang hinahanap, usually, magsusubtract kayo ng 1 because nasa right side siya. Okay? At first, syempre, you need to use the table to find the area, then subtract the area from 1. Kapag naman between any z-scores, I think for me this is the easiest problem in standard normal curve. Susubtract lang kayo ng smaller area to larger area. So, halimbawa, between any z-score, halimbawa, ito yung unang binigay. Tapos, ito yung unang binigay. So, you will just subtract the highest one, which is z sub 2 minus z sub 1. So, depende sa table, ha? Depende sa table. Yung area na nakuha nyo sa table from z sub 2, ima-minus nyo lang sa area na nakuha nyo ng z sub 1. Siyempre, ganun din dito. Mas mataas ang negative c sub 2, then minus c sub 1. Ganun lang din. Isusubtract lang yung smaller area sa larger area. Of course, the answers are all positive. Okay, tandaan. The question is about the area of the standard normal curve, meaning to say, the answer should be in a positive number. Let's try this example. Example number 1, find the area under the standard normal curve to the left of z, which is equal to negative 1.32. So, I screenshot here the table that we are going to use. So, una, tingnan natin yung table. Sabi, the given is z is equals to negative 1.32. Okay, let's try to draw the curve. Let's use yan. Yan. Paano natin siya malalaman kung left and right? Siyempre, kailangan i-drawing. Okay, for example, this is the mean or population mean, which is 0. Okay? Sabi, z is equals to negative 1.32. Okay? So, ganito lang yan. You will just try to find the after decimal, yung pinaka-tenths. So, this is the negative 1.3 and then add the 0.02. So, parang negative 1.3 tapos 0.02. So, pag inad, negative pag inad, so negative 1.32. Something like this. Okay? And then, syempre, parang multiplication table, you will just try to look the intersection ng negative 1.3 and negative 0.02. So, this is the intersection, which is 0.0934. So, saan yan sa normal curve? Siyempre, dito muna tayo sa negative 1.32. So, kung ito yung 0, siyempre, nasa baba yung negative 1.32. Nandito siya banda, di ba? Because this is negative. And then, the curve should be, the shaded should be here. So, ang tanong, ma'am, ano tong sagot na to? Ito yan, yung shaded part na yan. Okay? So, ang area na to is about 0.0934, or move 2 decimal places, it becomes 9.34%. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, so this is an example to the first problem, which is to the left of any z-score. Let's proceed to example number 2. Find the area under the uh, standard normal curve to the left of z equals 1.25. Okay, so this is somewhat similar to the problem number 1. So this is the sample for the standard normal distribution table. As you can see, may sagot na tayo. Our answer is 0.8944. Kasi madali lang naman hanapin. So negative 1.2, this is the negative 1.2, and this is the 0.05. So yan yung pinakasagot. But how can we fully understand the left of z equals 1.25? Let's try to visualize it using this one. So this is the curve, and if this is the population mean, which is represented as 0, so syempre nasa right side niya yung 1.25 because this is positive. Meaning to say, kung left ng 1.25 yung hinahanap, yung kaliwa niya, so eto lahat yun. So ibig sabihin, kasama itong kalahati ng curve. Hanggang dyan, hanggang dito. Okay? Yan. So, what is the area in this part? Pero bago natin, syempre, tingnan sa curve, let's observe first. Kung ito, anong dapat na magiging sagot? Kung sakop niya yung kalahati ng curve, ibig sabihin, dapat ang answer natin, if this is 50%, more than 50% yung sagot natin. So, ano lang, kumbaga, konting observation. Kaya, the answer is negative 0.8944. So, the area is about 0.8944 or 89.44%. Bakit naman malaki? Kasi nga, sakop niya na yung half eh. Okay? So, that is example number 2. Next. Okay, let's proceed to example number 3. Find the area under the standard normal curve to the right of z is equals to negative 1.25. So, previously, we take a look that z in the table, the area for negative 1.25 is about 0.1056. Okay, this is based on the table. But the question is to the right of the z. So if we will take a look in the curve, right of z means that if this is, no, if right, dati dito yung negative 1.25, diba? Nasa left ng 0. Pero ang hinahanap natin is right kanan ng negative 1.25. So, andi dito siya. Tama? So, ito yung shaded part na hinahanap natin. Then, this is an example in problem number 2, wherein kapag hinahanap is right of z, first you need to get the area using the table, then subtract it from 1. Bakit kailangan i-subtract sa 1? Kasi mas greater than. So, parang greater than negative 1.25. So, if the area or the probability of C equals to 1.25 is about 0.1056, then we need this to subtract to 1. So 1 minus the probability of Z, which is negative 1.25. So we need to say 1 minus 0.1056. So the area is about 0.8944 or 89.44%. Okay, so ganun lang. We need to subtract it from 1 because the problem is to the right of any z-score. Next, find the area under the standard normal curve to the right. So this is just the same in example number 3. So if you will take a look to the table, the area for 0.82 is about 0.7939. Okay? So, kung ito-draw natin siya, ito yung mean ng 0.82 ay nandito. So, sabi, right side niya. So, ito. Okay? Then, the solution should be 1 minus the area. So, this becomes 1 minus 0.7939. The answer is 0.2061 or 20.61%. Madali lang, di ba? So, tatandaan lang natin, kapag right of any z-score, you need to subtract the area from 1. But if it is in the left side, you will just take a look of the standard distribution table. Example number 5 is about problem number 3, which is getting the area between the two z-scores. So, find the area under the standard normal distribution curve between z is equals to negative 1.22 and z is equals to 0.82. So, if you will take a look at the table, P of z is equals to 0.82 is about, this is 0.7939. Okay, and the z for negative 1.22 is 0.1112. Okay, so kung i-draw natin siya, ganyan. Okay, ang negative 1.22 ay mas mababa sa 0, syempre. At nandito ang 0.82. If we will get the area between these two z-scores, ito yung part niya. Ito yung shaded part. Ano daw itong area na to? So, the greater z-score should be subtracted to the smaller z-score. So, mauuna yung 0.82. So, P 0.82 less than z less than negative 1.22. So, this is about negative 0.82 is about 0.7939 minus 0.1112. So, the area is this area. This area is 0.6827 or 68.27%. So, ito daw ay 68.27%. Madali lang siya. For example number 6, find the area under the standard normal distribution curve between the z equals 1.27 and z equals 0.64. So, syempre, ito yung mas malaki because this is mas malapit sa 0. So, if we will take a look on the table, z equals negative 0.64 is about 0.2611. While the z equals negative 1.27 is 0.1020. If we will try to draw the graph or the curve, lahat siya nasa left side kasi negative. So, halimbawa, ito yung negative 0.64. Then, this is negative 1.27. The area is, you need to find the area in this part. So, same procedure. So, negative 0.64 less than z less than 1. Negative 1.27 is equals to 0.2611 minus 0.1020. The answer is 0.1591 or 15.91%. Okay, so that is how you compute the between of the two z-scores. Same procedure with this, but ito more on positive side. So, titingnan natin. Z equals 1.27 is about 0.8980. The area for 0.64 is about 0.7973. Sorry, this is 7389. We will try to draw this. This is on the right side of the mean. Ito yung 0. This is the 0.64. And this is the 1.27. The area that you need to find is here. Okay? So, same. This part, in this example, mas malaki syempre yung 1.27 because this is positive number. So, this is how you write the z between these two z-scores. So, 0.8980 minus 0.7389 is about 0.1591 or 15.91%. Bakit parehas dun sa kabila? Positive or negative? Kasi, di ba, based on the properties of the normal distribution, the curve is symmetric. Meaning to say, the left side and the both side are equal or the same ang kanilang area. So, parehas lang siya. Next, the application for the normal distribution. The standard score or the z-score measures how many standard deviation a given value x is above or below the mean. So, yung mean natin sa standard normal distribution is 0. Yung ginagamit natin kanina. The z-scores are useful in comparing observed values. A positive z-score indicates that the score or observed value is above the mean. Kasi positive nga. whereas a negative z-score indicates that the observed value is below the mean. And this is the formula to solve problems using the standard normal distribution. Or you can transform the original variable to a standard normal distribution variable, where x is the value of any particular observation or measurement. The mu or x bar is the mean. It can be population mean or sample mean. And this symbol or S can be population standard deviation or sample standard deviation. Actually, it's just the same. This is for population. This is for population formula, and this is for sample formula. Let's take a look of the next slide. Example number 1. Karen De Leon scored 90 in English and 70 in Stat. Scores in English test have the mean of 80 and the standard deviation is 10. Scores in statistics test have mean of 60 and a standard deviation of 8. In which subject was her standing better than assuming that the scores in the English and statistics are normally distributed? So, using the formula earlier, so Z, ito yung formula natin, sulat muna natin, x minus mean over standard deviation. Okay? So that is the formula that we are going to use. For English test, let's try to solve the z-score. So this is about 90 minus 80 all over 10. So, syempre, numerator muna. So, 10 over 10 is 1. Right? While in statistics, z equals 70 minus 60 over 8. So this is 10 over 8. So 10 divided by 8 is 1.25. So this is, lagyan natin lang ng decimal para hindi nakakalito. So 1.0 and 1.25. Since she has higher score in z-score in where? Stat or statistics than in English test. This means that she performed better in what? In statistics. Note that the test scores higher than the value of the z-scores are better as compared to the group. So that is how the normal distribution applied in mathematical problems. In this slide, we will try to compute or to try to find the probabilities for normal distribution. And we have 3 steps to follow. First is draw a normal curve and shade the desired area, like what we did in the previous slides. Then, convert the values of x or raw score to x values using the formula for the z-score. And then, after that, find the corresponding area. Let's try this example. The height of college students at a certain university is about 164 centimeter. So let's highlight this one. And the standard deviation is 10 centimeter. Assuming that the heights are normally distributed, what percent? So the question is what percent of heights is greater than, meaning to say above 168 centimeter. Okay, so let's try the step 1. Draw the normal curve. So if this is the curve, Then, sabi the height of a certain university is 164. So, meaning to say, wait a minute. Meaning to say that this, the mean is 164. Then, the S, so ang pinaka-mean natin is 164. The standard deviation is 10. And the sample is 168. So, nasa above siya. So, if this is 168, the question is, what is the percent of heights greater than 168? So, mas mataas. Mas mataas na sa 168. So, this is the shaded part. Yan. So, that is the step 1. Next, step 2, convert the X raw scores to X values. So, if we will use the formula, X minus mean over standard deviation is equal to, substitute, we have 160, 160, one more time, 168 minus 164 divided by 10. So, of course, mauuna yung numerator. So, this is 4 over 10. The answer is 0.4. So, the C-score is 0.4. That is the step 2. Next, step 3, find the corresponding area. So, using the table, the area for 0.4 is 0.6554. I think this is less. Ayan. 0.6554. Then, sabi kanina, greater than, di ba? When we say greater than, right side of 168 centimeters. So, mangyayari, 1 minus the area of 0.4. So, we mean to say this is 1 minus, wait a minute, 0.6554. So, the answer is 0.3446 or 34.46%. Okay, so that is the area or the percent of heights greater than 168 centimeter. So, therefore, sulat lang natin. Therefore, there are 34.46% of students where height is greater than 168 centimeters. Okay, so that is how we solve the probabilities of the normal distribution. Next example, in a math test, the mean score is 45 and the standard deviation is 4. Assuming normality, what is the probability that a score pick a random will lie? So we have three questions or 3 problems. So A is below 38. B is 50 above. And C is between 35 and 48. So, una, let's draw the curve. If this is the mean score, which is 45, then 38, syempre mas mababa. Ang ating hinahanap is below 38, so nandito siya. Okay? The next one is 50 above. So if the mean is 45, 50 is right here, then above is right here. Then in C, okay, this is the mean. 35 is here, and 48 is right here. Between 35 and 48 is this part. Okay, sana medyo malinaw. Okay, so that is the normal curve of these three problems. Next, step 2, convert the x raw scores to z values using the formula. So given that we have the mean of 45 and the standard deviation of 50. So the formula is x minus mean over standard deviation. For letter A, which is below 38, so using the formula, substitute the values. So we have 38 minus 45 all over 4. Computing this, we have 38 minus 45 is negative 7 over 4, or negative 1.75. For B, which is 50 above, so Z equals 50 minus 45 all over 4. So this becomes 5 over 4, or positive 1.25. For C, which is between 35 to 48, so between 35 and 48, so for 35, so we have Z equals 35 minus 45 over 4, so this becomes 10 over 4. The answer is negative 10 over 4, so this becomes negative 2, 5. For 48, so 48 minus 45 all over 4, so this becomes 3 over 4, or 0.75. So these are the values or z values of the raw scores. Next, step 3, let's find the corresponding area. For letter A, we have the z-score. So the question here is below 38, right? So the z is negative 1.75. So if this is below 38, then it's the left side. Tama? Left side. So meaning to say, we will just take a look of the table, and the area for this is 0.0401, or 4.01%. So this is our answer in letter A. For letter B, where the question is 50 above, so this means that this is the right side of the z, which is, our answer earlier is 1.25. So, if the left side of the z is, the area from the table is 0.8944, then you need to subtract it to 1. Okay, so this becomes 1 minus 0.8944. So the answer is 0.1056 or 10.56%. Okay, so this is our answer in letter B. For letter C, which is between 35 and 48, okay, so the area for the Z, which is uh, negative 2.5, the answer here is 0.0062, right? And for the 48, our Z score is 0.75, right? The area for this is 0.7734. Getting the Z scores between this, so P is, yung malaki muna tayo, which is 0.7734. Then, one more time. P of 0.75, then negative 2.5. So this becomes 0.7734 minus 0.062. So the answer is 0.7672 or 76.72%. So this is our answer in C. And with that, thank you for listening in this video lesson. And I hope you learned a lot. And see you next time, and I'll update you for our next lesson. Stay safe and have a good day.